Yo, welcome to a brand new video. This is a video that I have been thinking about making for a while, and I just now got around to doing it just because, well, I mean, it just popped back in my head. But yeah, there are a lot of comic books and a lot of comic book heroes. Obviously, look at the picture I'm using in the background. Those are just Marvel comics back there. Except, is Sergeant Fury? Oh yeah, and the Howling Commandos. Okay, yeah, that is also Marvel. Okay. All of these are just Marvel. And I don't know, I just wanted to make a video about, well, this video started out as a top 10 comic book heroes. I did a video talking about comic books that deserved a film or series or anything like that about them, and then I started to think about other stuff, and I thought about doing a top 10 heroes just in general, but now I'm doing a kinda sorta top 10 heroes that deserve more love, because there are a lot that I love that I never see anyone talk about, which I get. They're old, or people think they're lame, or whatever. But I am here to spread the good word of my sexy little heroes that I love. Some of these are extremely loved, and I just wanted to talk about them because I like them. I might do an actual top 10 superheroes video later. I probably will, actually. But today's video is just, well, basically a top 10 superheroes that deserve more love, but I think there might be more than 10. But yeah, let's just jump right into it with just the first one. I don't know how many there are going to be in this video, but yeah, let's jump into this video. Okay, let's go ahead and start this video with a hero that I know does not need more love and attention because they are extremely loved. This is my personal, number one favorite superhero in any comic book. This is one of my favorite characters in fiction, actually, and his name is Spawn. It's Al Simmons. He's he's an army dude. Not even an army dude. He's like a mercenary type. You know what I'm saying. He gets killed, goes to hell. The demon Malebolgia tells him that he'll put him back on the earth and let him see his wife again if he makes a deal with him to become one of his Hellspawn. And then about, man, how long is it? It's, I think, 5 years or something like that after his initial death. He's sent back to Earth, and he's the new Hellspawn. And that's basically all I'm going to tell you. I might make a full-on video talking about his entire history and everything, just because I really, really love Spawn. Spawn's so cool. But yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and start it with one that does not need more love, but I think deserves anything other than comics coming out for him, because he used to have an amazing animated series. My god, if you haven't seen that, definitely go and see it. Keith David is the voice of Spawn. Like, he is Spawn in my head. Whenever I read the comics, I use his voice for all of Al Simmons' lines. Yeah, I don't know. Just go watch that animated series. And then they had a movie with Michael Jai White. It was pretty good. Not as good as it could have been, but it was good enough. I liked it as a kid. I haven't watched it lately, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just like Spawn, so I thought I'd start off with him. And then the next one we have to talk about is also one that is pretty popular, but never gets any love from the people who actually own her. And of course, I'm talking about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is such a cool character. She is honestly on my top 10 superheroes just because I really like Greek mythology. The Odyssey, I read all of those books whenever I was a kid, and I absolutely loved them. Like, I used to get them from the library, the public library, and they were so fun to read. They inspired my writing style, basically. If you don't know, I am a writer. Like, I write horror and fantasy and stuff, but I wrote one that was like really, really trying to be like a Greek tragedy type of story, and I just really, really love Greek stuff. Whenever they go full on Greek mythology with her, it's just really cool. I'll go ahead and tell you her history because it is something that I like to rant about right here. She used to be to where she was made of clay, and then Zeus gave her life, but then she became Zeus's daughter, which is pretty lame, honestly. Zeus gets around, everyone knows that. That's like his biggest character point, is he's a pimp, basically. He's pimpin' till the day be pimpin', since pimpin' be pimpin', you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a horrible person. Zeus is genuinely the worst, but that's besides the point, I guess. I personally like the story from her being created out of clay first, just because it's a better, sweeter story between her and her mother, and it's less normal, I guess, than just being one of Zeus's children. Like, he has dozens. I mean, seriously, he kills some of them himself. So, I mean, yeah, Zeus sucks, and she does not need to be the daughter of a god to be cool. I think the clay one is way cooler. And Themyscira itself, just getting into her lore, used to be to where, the spirits of, like, slain women would go there, or, like, you know, murdered or whatever, would go onto Themyscira and be reborn there, and then that's how they repopulate. And then they changed it to where the Amazons, you know, go off of the island, which is one thing they weren't, you know, they usually don't do in the, you know, the lore, and then they, you know, get on boats with dudes, have sex with them, murder them, and then throw them in the ocean, you know? It's definitely not as cool or fantastical as it used to be. Yeah, I'm trying not to rag on the new type of stuff for Wonder Woman's lore as much, but it's really hard whenever they have something that's really, really cool and then they change it to be just horrible. Just, my god, why change it like that? It was so cool and just fantasy and Greek mythology, and then they changed it to that crap. Hopefully they course correct. I honestly haven't read much of the new DC comics in general, so hopefully they have course corrected. Maybe if I sit here and hope until, you know, they actually do it. But yeah, Wonder Woman never gets any actual love. The DCEU, you know, they gave her movies, but it was played by Gal Gadot, I don't want to say one of the worst actresses ever, but she has no charisma and no acting chops to speak of. She's not an actor. She is more of, I don't know, she's not an actor. But yeah, they chose the wrong person to play Wonder Woman, I'd say. And those movies honestly aren't that good. The first Wonder Woman was fine. Ares in that movie was absolutely garbage. I wish they would have gone with the type of story that the first animated Wonder Woman movie that I watched went with. It was actually Ares and all of that. It was basically the same movie except better in every way. But yeah, Wonder Woman hasn't had her own animated series, own good movie. The only thing that they've given her really is the old Wonder Woman series, which I actually really love, the live action series. That's actually a really cool series. If you want to watch that, you should definitely go and watch that. If you like Adam West Batman, you'll probably like that, honestly. But yeah, it's just, I wish they'd give her some more love and, like, maybe course correct her stories to be more Greek mythology. If they do give her more love in the new, like, live action stuff, or even animated stuff, give her her own animated series. Come on, Superman and Batman have it. Just round it out with the whole Trinity. Come on. You know what I'm saying, DC. Go ahead and do it. But yeah, I've definitely talked about Wonder Woman long enough. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one, which is Moon Knight. Okay, they really should have waited to make Moon Knight's series or movie or whatever they were going to do. They did a series already, Disney did, but they really should have waited to do anything with Moon Knight until after they did the Werewolf by Night movie. I thought that movie was really good. I didn't even finish the Moon Knight series, to be honest. It's just not Moon Knight to me. I really, really love Moon Knight. I think he is one of my favorite characters. He's always been one of my favorite characters. I love reading his comics. I love him in the very small amount of time we see him in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. I used to watch that all the time. I don't really know why. It's not that good. But Moon Knight was a really cool, whenever we got an episode with him. I think we only got one episode with him, but he was pretty cool. Definitely not like he is in the comics, but pretty cool. And I don't know, the new stuff is just watered down with Moon Knight and everything. I don't really know why. I think they're just worried that his entire personality and, well, I mean, personalities, I guess, would, like, throw off a normal audience, but I don't know. What I watched of the Moon Knight series was good enough, I guess. Like I said, I never finished it, but I might go back and rewatch it if it's actually good. If you've seen it and you actually like it, tell me. But yeah, I would love to see a psychological horror type of thing with Moon Knight. There was this comic that I really liked that was him, like, this is going to sound like it's most of the Moon Knight comics, but it's him struggling to figure out whether Khonshu is real or not, and, like, it's a weird thriller, psychological thriller type of story with him going through different labyrinths in this asylum that he's been put in and everything, and eventually being like, I am Moon Knight at the end. And it's a really cool story. He's got a lot of really cool psychological thriller type of bits. He's got a lot of really cool mythology type of stuff you could do with him. Egyptian mythology peak. I am telling you right now, if you want to get into mythology, like, at all, go with either Greek or Egyptian. Oh my god, so good. I actually might do a video just talking about mythologies and stuff like that, just because it's one thing I've been into since I was a kid. But yeah, Moon Knight definitely deserves some more love. He's obviously getting love with the series and everything, and he's supposed to be coming into the actual MCU. But until they come out with a Moon Knight that actually, like, really, really resembles what's in the comics, I think he deserves more love. Maybe, I don't know, just act like that series never happened and introduce him to the MCU as a completely new, redefined character, I guess. Or make it further in his history so he, turns out more like Moon Knight than he was in the series. But like I said, I never even finished the series, honestly. I just like his comics and everything, love his look, everything about him is super cool. But yeah, these were the only three that are already getting a good amount of love and are loved by fans that I was going to talk about. So let's jump into some that definitely do not get enough love and I don't think are loved by fans nearly as much as these three. Martian Manhunter is an absolute tank. He is as strong as Superman. He has shape-shifting, he can phase through objects, any object. He has telepathic abilities, he can read people's minds. He's insane. Whenever he gets his fear of fire taken away, he becomes basically a god. It's honestly insane. Martians are actually just peak whenever it comes to DC lore and everything, like all the creatures and like just characters in it. They are actually just menaces to society whenever they aren't hindered. If you don't know why they're hindered, it's because the Guardians of Oa actually implanted a crazy just innate fear of fire into them just to make them docile, or a little bit more docile, and it's a cool storyline. But I guess, yeah, that's all I was going to talk about with the lore, but, I don't know where I was going with that. I guess Martian Manhunter is just a really cool character. I love this guy. He's like the heart of the Watchtower in the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited series, and he's just a really cool character. He, I don't know, it'd be really cool to just get a movie or anything good with him. Supergirl series tried to do it. He looked awful. I never even really got into that series, to be honest. And that's the only one that I know of that actually tried to use him, other than the DCEU with Zack Snyder. But I feel like my channel has been pretty outspoken about not liking any of that and thinking that most of it is garbage. Yeah, just give Martian Manhunter some well-needed love, DC, please. Mr. Terrific is supposedly the third smartest person or anything. Third smartest anything in DC, basically. And I don't know. He's just a really cool character. He's an Olympic athlete with his strength and agility and everything. His T-spheres can do basically anything. He can fly, shoot laser beams, grab stuff telepathically basically with them. He's just got a lot of things he can do with those T-spheres. Everything about Mr. Terrific is really cool, especially that jacket. God, I want to wear that jacket so bad. It looks so sick with the fair play and everything on it. God, that's so cool. A very simplistic yet awesome design. He's just really cool, and I am extremely glad to say that the new DC Universe live-action movie with Superman in it is also going to have Mr. Terrific. Am I extremely excited that he's going to have to share the spotlight with Superman? No. Am I extremely excited that he's also going to have to share the spotlight with Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl? No, not at all. It honestly seems like there's too many characters in this movie that's coming out. But I am extremely excited to say that they got his look down with all of the pictures that have been released and everything. They got his look down, so hopefully we'll see some more love given to this character, and hopefully this video will get more people to actually know about him and everything, because Mr. Terrific is such a cool character. I actually made an edit of him just the other day that I was actually really proud of. I thought that was really cool. It took me a second to find a song for that edit, but The Game from Motorhead was definitely the right call with that. But yeah, definitely go and watch that if you want to see, I don't know, just a small scene of what his character is. But yeah, Mr. Terrific is just a really cool character, and I am glad it seems like he's getting some well-deserved love. Ted Kord as Blue Beetle is one of my favorite non-superpowered heroes. Him having no powers doesn't really matter to me, honestly. He has so much tech and everything that it's just really cool. His Beetle Copter, or whatever he calls it, is really cool. Everything about him just screams super cool guy, honestly. I just really love this character. Ted Kord is awesome. Him dying in, what event was that? It was the one with, Maxwell Lord. Man, I can never remember the names of their stupid events. They have so many that it's hard to keep track of which one is which. But yeah, he dies because of the Justice League and Batman, mostly. Because of their just not believing him and everything. And he's the only one that sees Maxwell Lord for who he is, him and Booster Gold. And him and Booster Gold's friendship is something that I would love to see in the new DC stuff. Because Booster Gold isn't on this list because, thank you Lord, he is finally getting a live action thing outside of just Smallville, and it's going to be good, hopefully. I really hope it is. Booster Gold's so good. And if they bring in Ted Kord and we get a Booster Gold and Ted Kord movie, my dreams for the new DC universe will be achieved, and I will love it no matter what. Savage Dragon is the second one from Image Comics, and that surprises me because this is also the last one from Image Comics. If you don't know, Image Comics is one of my favorite universes ever. The Max and Pit and a whole bunch of other ones would be on here, but I didn't really want to make this video too long. I think this video is already pretty long. I honestly don't know. I don't feel like checking right now. But yeah, the Savage Dragon is just really cool. He's an alien dude that comes down, doesn't really know he's an alien, forgets everything, eventually realizes that he was sent there to conquer or whatever, and he becomes a cop. That's basically it. Imagine this thing, this massive, well, I mean, savage dragon, I guess, coming at you, and just with a massive gun. That's, I mean, dude, no. There would be no crime if we had cops that look like this. Jesus, look at this thing. This isn't a cop, this is an executioner. It looks like Hulk, but with a fin. That's basically what the Thing is. The Thing is basically just Hulk with a fin, but this Savage Dragon looks cooler than the Thing, like way cooler. Yeah, if you want to see something horrifying, look up the Savage Dragon with the giant beard, the Barbarian Savage Dragon. I don't even know what he's called. It's Savage Dragon, but he just has a giant beard. It's later in the comics and everything, or it might not even be in the comic. It might be like in a different series or whatever, but yeah, he needs more love is my point. He looks cool is the main reason I want him to have some more love. The Invincible series came out and I was like, oh my god, Invincible is doing so good. Maybe they'll do a series over other Image comics, because Savage Dragon and Spawn and not Witchblade, a whole bunch of other Image comics make an appearance in the actual Invincible War in the comic book series of Invincible, and I was like, oh, maybe we'll get a series for all of them. Savage Dragon series made like Invincible would be so beautiful. It would genuinely, people would love Savage Dragon so fast just because of that. Oh my god. Just give him something. Please. Someone. Anyone. Okay, I know probably not a lot of people know this. I don't even know if I've made a video talking about this, but I absolutely love the JSA. And the, just everything like that. Just Society of America and all the other, like, old-timey teams and everything. They're just really cool. Some of the heroes are so amazing. Hourman deserves a movie now. There is a comic book. Well, first of all, let me tell you what he is, so that you'll actually know what's going on before I talk about drug addiction and everything. He is a man that takes a pill and it gives him 1 hour of super strength and just super speed, all of the, superpowers. It's Hourman. It gives him an hour of superpowers, mostly super strength, but a little bit of agility and power and, just speed and stuff like that. And there's an amazing comic book line. I can't remember who wrote it. I'll put it at the end if I remember, or just make a short talking about it. But it's about drug addiction and everything, and how he feels like he has to be hero for everyone at all times, and he gets addicted to the power and everything. And oh my god, if you wanted to go in a lighthearted, really cool superhero way, you could do it with this character. And if you wanted to go in a really dark, psychological, like, look at drug addiction type of story, you could do it with this character also. This is just a character that's so cool because everything about him is just really cool. Look at that costume. And in that run of comics, he had an even cooler costume, but I really wanted people to see him like this so that you would know what I want to see. If they made a movie about him, I wouldn't want them to just, unless the JSA is already a specific thing that has been there and he's older and more, he's just old and like falling off really fast, and he feels like he has to be superpowered at all times or he can't save anyone because he's growing older. His body is failing on him basically, and he feels like he has to be superpowered at all times, so he keeps on and keeps on taking it until he eventually has to get help for it. And then they could do a movie over that if they wanted to, or do a flashback movie to the JSA if it's a already thing in the DC new universe that they're doing. This doesn't even have to be in the new DC universe. If they wanted to make a animated movie or just anything about him, I would be so happy. But as you can probably tell, I have a lot of ideas for this just because he's a character that I have always loved, and so is the next one, which is also a part of the JSA. Like I said, I love the JSA, but yeah, this man needs more love. And let's jump over to the next character, which I think is the last character that needs more love, for this video at least. But yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, this is in fact the last character that needs more love, for this video at least. I got a really weird picture of him. I'm pretty sure this is from, this is from a zombie tie-in thing. But yeah, I really should have used a different picture, but this is Sandman. If you don't know who Sandman is, he is a superhero that uses sleeping gas. Yeah, that's basically it. He's not like the, Sandman, like the goth one. I can't remember his name. I love those comics too. But yeah, this right here is a character that I've loved since I was a kid. Most of the JSA characters are ones that I've loved since I was a kid. This is one where I started like drawing fan fiction of him. Like, not fan fiction, but like fan art. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, there wasn't any like my Batman and Condiment King type of fan fiction going on. There was just, fan art. I really like the gas mask and the gun he uses for the gas and everything. He's just a really cool character. Just make a JSA anything. An animated movie would be sick. A series would be even better. And a live-action JSA movie would be so cool. Black Adam absolutely sucked. Like, it was one of the worst... I'm not even gonna say that. There are way worse superhero movies and movies in general. But it was not good whatsoever. But the one thing they had that was good was the JSA. They made Hawkman horrible. They made Atom Smasher a complete moron. But they made Dr. Fate really good. And they made, I thought the Tornado chick was pretty cool. But back to Sandman. Sandman is just a really cool hero. Look at that design. Just think about it. A sleep gun with sleep gas. Come on. That's cool. He could go in, knock out all of the regular people. And he has, like, fighting skills like Batman. Not quite like Batman. He has more fighting skills like Rorschach and stuff like that. He reminds me a lot of Rorschach, actually. That might be why I like him. But yeah, yeah, this character deserves love just because I love him. That's basically where I'm getting at in this video. Every character deserves love, but characters that I love deserve love more than those characters because they're my favorite, so they should be everyone else's favorite. My thoughts trump everyone else's thoughts is what I'm thinking and what I'm saying. So, just go and check out these characters because I like them, which means you have to like them. And if you don't read the comics and you say that you like them because you do now, you won't have any actual knowledge about them, and I'll call you out for it. But yeah, I don't know. Sandman just looks cool, and he is a pretty cool character. I don't know. All these characters deserve a lot of love. This wasn't in any particular order. If you want a part 2 to this video, like and subscribe. And like and subscribe anyways. Come on, you know you want to. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you agree with at least some of these, or all of them, if you want to, you know. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment what character you think deserves more love. Not even just comic book characters, but characters in general. I really love all types of fiction, not just comics. But yeah, like, subscribe, and see ya. Regular Sandman jumpscare. Ah!